it was really crazy what went down. There were so many anomalies in it all. And there was a human being used. What happened was really crazy. And I know full well how unusual it is for me to invite anyone into my home, let alone for things to get to the point they got to and to have to call the police. There was so much more going on than what's easy to just like sit and speak about. And I don't really know what else to say. I don't even know where to begin, because I haven't really sorted through it all in my own mind yet. I just really hurt, and the only thing I can align it to was the car wreck, and knowing full well that was meant to kill me. And I keep thinking about what would have happened if I hadn't have called the police and had them removed. Meaning, if they'd have been able to just sleep the night, the vision I keep seeing is of this possessed girl standing over me with a knife. Now look, I haven't got this like overactive imagination that sees things which aren't really going to happen. I'm 38. I've lived so much insanity in my life, been in so many insane scenarios. I've never ever felt it. I'm just really thinking, have I ever felt in fear for my life before? Never in my own home, no. I have been in scenarios where things like the car wreck have happened, or where men have gone mental and smashed me over the head. I've been in some crazy scenarios, never felt in danger of my life before. But like when I was her age, well no, by the time I was her age, I wasn't doing anything crazy like that. But when I was late teen, well in my teens, right through till 2021, and I drank a lot between 20 and 21, maybe even 20 and 22. If things were getting crazy, I would either have literally just left the building and gone home, or I would never have done that. I'd have gone quiet. And I have been racking my brain for any scenario where I've been in someone else's house and kicked off. Or even in my own home. And I'm talking now about in my like teens and 20s. I'm just not violent, but I have always defended myself. I've never been a fight picker, except for once, when I was 14 years old, and I had this awful fight with this girl, and she fell and hit the curb and chipped her front tooth. And that really was the best lesson I ever could have had. At 14, I realised how easy someone can actually end up dead just by falling awkward. So no, I don't. I will restrain somebody if they're trying to fight, but I don't fight back. I've always been, it's so ironic what happened here the other night, because I've always been somebody who breaks fights up. I've always been someone, and when I say break fights up, I don't mean violently. I mean with calm. Like with calm, that's it. Just basically being really calm and talking people down from fighting. It's crazy how traumatized I feel from all of this. I really do. It's hard to even put words to, because today feels like a dream. I feel like I've woken up in the phantom zone. Last night I fell asleep at 5 p.m. Then I woke up at about 9 p.m. In the afternoon this is, and then obviously evening. And then I was awake for a couple of hours and went back to sleep, and woke back up at 9:15 this morning. And that is like really disorientated me to sleep for that long. I mean, to sleep for 12 hours in a row is a lot, but I must have slept 14 hours, 15 hours easy. I don't know what to say other than it's been a very bizarre few days. I understand what's going on an esoteric level. I understand what went on a human level. I understand what went on. From a personal perspective, yeah, I feel traumatized by it all. What I find really interesting as well was the police left no paperwork, so it's like as though it was all a dream that never happened. And if it wasn't for the fact that my hair got ripped out like it did, then it would be almost easy to think, did that even really happen? But it did happen. Almost a year to the date. Not a year to the date, but almost a year to the date of when the car wreck happened. And I know full well that was meant to kill me. It's all very fascinating. Anyway, this is a terrible video. I'm going to upload it, but I'm aware that it's not the best video I've ever made. However, it's been a really crazy few days, and I know they're trying to silence me. I know my life's been in danger for a very long time. However, God is obviously, look, no one can just get... People don't really understand why sometimes kids get horribly killed. A lot, this happens. A lot of people get killed horribly, and people don't really understand why God lets, in their eyes, why God lets it happen. Because God can stop anything from happening. Sometimes awful things have to happen to wake the people around them up. And so if that actually does happen to me or to anyone around me, yeah, it's sad and tragic because I wouldn't be here anymore in this form. But yet, if it took being killed by some nutters for people to actually start to hear the message, then look, I do not want to be killed by anyone, and my time is far from up, and I know that's why I keep getting saved. But my point being, a lot of people ask me, if your God's so great, how come he lets these things happen? Well, that's my reasoning. Sometimes things have to happen, otherwise the people around wouldn't wake up. And it's never God who kills people, but yeah, he could stop things. He could stop people from being killed sometimes. But what would that teach? When sometimes that's unfortunately the way that humans are these days. Unfortunately, it takes a death or horrible murder for them to really realise and wake up from the reality they're being in, being not all they thought it to be. And you know, what I'm broaching on here is so lengthy that I could talk about it for an hour. Maybe I should do, but it won't be right now because this wants to be short. But yeah, my point being, I'd never do anything dumb because I've never ever believed that suicide is any kind of answer. If I do end up dead in the flesh, then please, 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 people, know that on my main YouTube channel, I have so many videos which show so much which I haven't necessarily slowed down and pointed out. But there's so much on there. There's so much I know. There's so many huge reasons for them to want me dead, because they can't corrupt me and they can't make me play their game. I'm a threat to people in agenderist scenarios, and I'm surrounded by them. And it can sound paranoid saying what I'm saying. Yeah, I wish I was paranoid. It would be a better option than being actually correct. I don't know, it's a very difficult position to be in. It's a difficult position to be in. Sorry, my phone just messaged me, but anyway. Alright, well, I'm gonna go. I will try and follow this up with a much more light-hearted video, but in the meantime, I'm going to go. I haven't got much more I can say, because when I talk about the balancing act between talking out and staying alive, I could talk out it all. I could tell everything I knew. And I know full well that if God wanted me to do that, to tell everything I knew all at once, then I would have been inspired to do that by God himself. And so if I was to do that, regardless to the divine plan, which doesn't want me to speak out things yet, certain things yet, you speak things as people are ready. My job here is not to re-traumatise people or to add trauma to already traumatised lives. My job is that when things are ready to be revealed without over-traumatising people, then I can say more. But I do it all divinely inspired. I don't just speak randomly. And if I did just speak randomly, I could end up dead tomorrow, because then I would have gone against God's grace. And I don't need to do that. None of us do. So I talk as and when the time's right for people to hear. And so that's what I do. If I laid all my cards on the table, well, it's not even my cards, is it just the truth on the table, right here, right now, could end up dead tomorrow. But then maybe in 10 years' time, people will be ready and they'd hear it. And who knows what my fate and destiny will be. But from what God's told me, my fate and destiny is I've got a job to do. And it isn't just doing this. It isn't just doing the videos like now. There's going to come a point in time over the next few years where I'm a lot more active on the field, helping people. But for now, until I'm centered enough and healed enough myself to be more help, this is what I do. I'm a threat to them because they know that I know far too much. And so there's a lot of forces out there which want me gone. But it's difficult for them to kill me. If quote unquote psycho girl had managed to kill me, it could have been put down to just that. No one would think to trace it back to her genderists. And if the car accident, quote unquote accident, had killed me, then it would have been put down to a tragic story kind of thing. So they're not going to come around here and kill me by men in cloaks or anything like that. They'll be in the shadows, but they wouldn't literally do that. It would have to be something explainable to seem plausible. Anyhow, I think I said enough. And I'm almost to 50 minutes, so I'm going to go. And thanks for watching. And my head hurts so bad. I've got so little hair. It's so bizarre. It's so funny. It's not funny, haha, of course. But look at that straggle there. When my hair's always been so thick. And I'd only just trimmed it last week, so I didn't have straggly ends. And just the messaging in that in itself, because hair is spiritual wealth. That's why it's so sad, because most girls these days don't have their hair and don't grow it. And every time I do something which goes blatantly against the cult, in its many forms, my hair's always been hacked away at, or burnt off, or now pulled out. And so I know the messaging behind the symbolism which is blatantly there. I also never carry on talking for too long. So thanks for listening, and take care, and feel free to comment. And I'm alright, of course it's more natural to feel a bit traumatised than it would be if I was just going, oh yeah, everything's great, everything's fine, that would be completely unreal. So everything isn't great or fine, but it will be. I'm just going through a few traumatised, bruised days before I get a better grip back to normality, whatever that may be. Alright then, thanks for watching, take care, and I don't say this all the time because it goes without saying in my mind's eye, but may Christ be with you all in your hearts and healing. And alright then, good night. God bless. Bye for now. Bye.